Hey, this is the Daily Overpass. My name is Eric and I make apps. Now today, let's just have a really quick look at the changes to the iOS 11 App Store. For the last few weeks, a lot of my time and energy has gone to the iOS 11 upgrade. I know we've known about iOS 11 like for ages, right? But I've never been one to like join beta programs and everything like that. I usually wait till it hits and then I deal with everything at the time. So that's what I'm doing. I'm dealing with everything at the time. And most of the time, I mean, to be honest, I really like iOS 11. I think it's nice. I used to hate it when we get an upgrade and then nothing changed. So this is something that's, although the changes are minor, you know, they're not that, I mean, I don't think they're that great, but they're still, it's just nice to see just a little, things just change a little bit. I like it, right? And along with those changes are the big changes to the App Store. And this is what makes submission a bit more difficult, right? So it's usually stuff like image assets, dealing with some old versions of Ionic and stuff like that. Just boring stuff, so I won't go into that. But so today what I want to do is have a look at the new iOS 11 App Store and compare it to the old one. So I have here my iPad. You should be able to see the screen if everything's going correctly. So let me just go into the App Store, the new App Store icon, which is very minimalistic here. And so it starts off here with this Today section here, which is nice from a user perspective. It's really nice to go in there and see this, you know, and it's got these nice big promotion things. So when something's featured now, it's like really featured, right? And then of course, when I went into this, the first thing I wanted to do was check to see some of my apps, see how they're doing in terms of search and everything like that. And I struggled to find the search, to be honest with you. And then of course it's right down here in the bottom right-hand corner. Right, so along the bottom here you got the Today tab, so I guess where they could feature some things. It's nice, it's bright, it's like nice and big. By the way, this is on an iPad Pro, so it might be a little bit bigger than, well, it's obviously bigger than on an iPhone, but bigger than an iPad Air. So I just scroll down here, you know, a little bit. I can see, you know, what's trending, what's new, what's, you know, those chosen few, the ones who have been blessed by Apple to be shown or whatever. And then if I go down here on the bottom, you got games, you know, similar to before. So you got the top games, you got apps as this different section, you got updates, and you can see I got 53 updates. I'm really terrible with doing updates. And then way over here on the bottom right, you have search, right? And I think the thing that bothers me the most about, by the way, I love the update, right? So just let me put that out there, but I hate the fact that the search is way down here in the bottom right hand corner. Like if I was going to put settings someplace, that's where I would put it, right? And it's very different to where it was in the last version of the OS. So I still have iOS 10 on another iPad over here, so we'll go over that here in a minute. But you know, this is where I live. I live in search. So when it's kind of relegated to an afterthought, that bothers me a little bit. And it could just be me being, I mean, only time will tell. Over the next few months, we'll find out if our app downloads go up or down, or if they just completely disappear. But you know, for me, it's confusing. Well, I think it's confusing to use. Someone who's used to using the other one, you know, the fact that you know, a few years ago it was all there's an app for that. You know, they boast about the fact of the, you know, millions of apps or hundreds of thousands of apps that they had, and now it's kind of like just a, well, you know, it might be in the back. You know, check the search. You know, if you can't find what you're looking for up here, go check in the back, check our catalog or whatever. So anyway, that's just kind of the way I think about it. So, you know, whereas Google Play is very much search driven, this seems to be very much feature driven. They're trying to give you what they think you want, so you don't have to go through the search and troll through all the archives. But as developers, that's where we live. So let's just compare this here with the iOS 10 App Store. Okay, so now I have my trusty iPad Air with iOS 10, which I specifically have not upgraded this one yet, so we can, you know, go over this. And also it's good for testing. A lot of our users are not upgrading to the latest version because they have an older iPad and we have to sort of support those guys. So have a look at this, the old App Store. By the way, I do like the old icon, although I don't know why. I mean, the old icon for the App Store always looked like a camping website to me. Every time I see this, it looks like a tent. I think it's because of those KOA sites. If you ever drive across the US, the logo looks similar to this. So it just reminds me of it. So let's go into this one. And to be honest with you, the old App Store wasn't that much different, but you didn't have that big, today thing. So along the bottom, you still had the featured section first. You had, the categories, the top charts, the purchase, the updates, everything. But the search was always more prominently displayed. It was almost like, up in the upper right-hand corner up here, it just made more sense to me to put the search someplace where it's not like on the same level as everything else. I mean, if you're browsing, you would go look at the featured apps. If you wanted to, if you were looking for something specific, that search is right there. And it's just one of those little things. It bothers me a little bit. It might just be because I'm getting old and I don't like change, right? I am willing to accept that, right? It might just, but for me, I like the new iOS 11 update. I like the new App Store. It's just that the fact that the search where a lot of us live, like a lot of us app developers live in that search area. That's where all of our users come from. At least that's where all of my users come from, and on the iOS side, right? The fact that it's been moved up kind of bothers me a little bit. But anyway, let me know what you guys think. I mean, and first of all, we'll find out over the next few months whether or not it actually, it could just be being irrational with fears about, who knows what. But let me know what you guys think. Do you think it's going to be a good thing for the App Store? Do you think it's going to hinder your apps, or do you think it's going to do better? And because of this change, are you going to try harder for the featured spot? Because for me, I've never really worried about being featured. I just thought if it happens, it happens. But it might just be something that we have to start looking at apps that have been featured and start doing that too. Anyway, that's it for today. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.